You've reached this point not by chance, not from curiosity, and not from some passing thought. It was my hand that led you. I turned your eyes toward this moment because there's something your heart needs to hear. These words carry something more than sound. They carry a key, a spiritual code meant to unlock what's been delayed in your life. I've been setting this moment up for a long time. It's not just about watching, it's about being touched by something marked with my breath, my seal, and my power. Nothing sent from eternity is ever small. And what I'm releasing now has been kept for those who waited with faith. You thought you missed your chance, that others got ahead, the time was lost. But no, what felt like delay was actually preparation. I've been getting you ready to receive what was always meant to be yours. I know the many times you felt left out, overlooked, forgotten. But I never forget those who trust me when it's hardest. Every tear you cried, every prayer with no answer, every effort you made without seeing results, it all mattered. Nothing slipped past me. Your pain built something powerful in the unseen, and now that weight of glory is starting to show. I saw you pushing forward when you had nothing left. I saw you believe without signs, and that faith echoed in heaven. Every word you prayed, every silent tear I gathered. And now, I'm showing you that what was planted quietly will bloom for all to see. This wasn't just a random moment. What looked like a normal video was actually heaven calling your spirit. I didn't bring you here to stir your emotions, I brought you to mark you. And you are being marked. Marked with a promise I never forgot. Marked with clarity that will redirect your steps. Marked with favor that no one can explain. My presence is touching you now, and when I touch, something always changes. Something wakes up. Something begins again. A personal awakening is starting inside you, and it's not through pressure or force, it's through my spirit. I don't speak to impress you, I speak to bring real change. What I'm doing in your life now is change both inside and out. What once felt lifeless will now bloom. What felt faded will now shine. What seemed locked away will begin to open. Don't be afraid. Just receive it. My work is soft but strong, unseen but unforgettable. When I show up, I don't have to make noise. The air shifts, the peace grows, and deep down, you already feel it. That's my presence. Before your first breath, before you could even understand purpose, I gave you one. I planted dreams in you that life tried to bury, but they didn't die. They simply waited. Waited for this moment. And that moment is now the moment when what you once only imagined in silence starts to become your reality. This is not happening because you earned it. It's not about your strength, your perfection, or how holy you feel. It's happening because I am faithful. I move in love, and I chose to love you completely, even with your flaws, your mistakes, and your questions. My love doesn't rely on your perfection. It flows from my promise, and that promise still stands. Today I renew it. Your story is one of hope, and where you once saw an ending, I'm writing a new beginning. Take a breath, this is the turning point. Right now, as you listen, as you feel that quiet shift deep within you, this isn't a passing thought, it's my presence. It's proof that you've been seen, noticed, picked, not forgotten. You've been chosen for this moment. If your heart knows it, speak it right in the comments. This word is for me. Because when you declare it with faith, you mark it on earth, and I confirm it in heaven. You don't even know how much has been kept safe just for you. There were many times when you felt like you lost something that mattered. You believed your blessing had been passed over, that someone else took what was meant for you. But today I'm telling you what was yours was never taken, never forgotten. It was safely kept, hidden for the right time, and that time is now. I saw the doors shut without reason. I saw deals fall through at the last moment. I saw people leave you with no clear explanation. I saw the unfairness, the rejection, the silence. You thought it was the end of the road, but it was the start of your freedom. I covered you not to hurt you, but to protect you. What was connected to your name needed time to grow strong. And now, everything that was held back is being released with power from heaven. Soon, you will see that none of it was random. Even the closed doors were part of my plan to bring you into true freedom. Now, you're able to carry what I've prepared, because your inner strength has been reshaped. What once broke you now builds you. What once confused you now gives you clear direction. That's why I waited. It wasn't to punish you, it was to guard you. The storehouse of heaven is now open. As you listen, answers are being sent. Behind the scenes, angels are moving with purpose, bringing what you need, connecting you to the right people, and clearing away anything that would block what's coming. Don't be shaken by sudden changes. This is me, making room for the new. This isn't just about fixing one area, it's about setting your whole life into alignment with your purpose. This is going to touch your heart, your soul, your finances, and your relationships. And it all starts with something you can't see, a decision already made in heaven. I have spoken. I have ordered it. I have placed my seal on it. And now nothing can block what is on its way. No force, no delay, no darkness can stop what I have already released. And I want you to know I'm not sending just anything. I'm sending what has your name written on it, what carries your purpose, what holds the answers to the prayers you whispered through silent tears. What looked small to you, I was shaping into something powerful. What seemed slow, I was preparing with care. And now, it will all start to unfold. When it reaches you, you'll know it was my hand. I don't need a lot of time to shift everything. All I need is a heart that stays open. And yours did. Even when you were weary, even when nothing made sense, even when frustration tried to close you off, you stayed open. That moved the heavens. That reached my heart. And now I am reaching into your story. In the coming days, you will begin to feel it. The space around you will shift. The signs will be clear. You won't have to guess. You will know. It will be answers, breakthroughs, freedom. You'll get calls you didn't expect, good news that once felt forgotten. Some past connections will come alive again, and others I will remove, because they no longer fit the plan. You will see opportunities that weren't in your plans, but they were in mine. Where there once was lack, there will now be supply, because the time of waiting has become the time of receiving. All of heaven is moving in your favor. The season has changed, and the flow has turned. So get ready. Prepare your space. Prepare your thinking. Prepare your heart, because what's coming is more than money or help, it's a repositioning. You will be placed in spaces no one expected, honored in front of those who doubted you, welcomed through doors that were once shut. Your voice will carry strength again. Your presence will carry weight. And when people ask what changed, you won't need to explain, they'll see it. They'll feel it. Because what I'm doing will be impossible to deny. You won't need to prove anything. My work in you will speak louder than words. You will wear the mark of heaven. You are about to step into places with a kind of favor that can't be explained, only lived. This kind of grace is known only by those who have walked through the fire to reach it. And those who once laughed at your struggle will now witness your rise. Share this message with someone who also needs to unlock what's been held back for them. Because when you pass on the word that lifted you, you activate blessings not just for them, but also for yourself, blessings that were already making their way to you. What I'm doing in your life won't be loud, but it will carry power. It won't need flashing lights or big stages. The miracle I'm giving you is deeply personal. It carries a mark of closeness, something built in quiet moments, shaped in pain, and watered by hidden tears. That's why its arrival won't be from outside noise, but from within, from that sacred space between a father and his child. Don't worry if others don't get it. They are not meant to. Some things are too holy to explain. What I'm giving you now will not be on display, it will be shielded. Because what is rare I protect. What is holy I keep safe. I don't place what's eternal in places where it can be trampled. I seal it with purpose. You've been hurt before for sharing too soon. You were misunderstood, criticized, and even pushed aside. I saw all of it. I heard every word. That's why what I'm giving now will come wrapped in heavenly protection. It will move forward with power, but your enemy won't be able to reach it. It won't be obvious to everyone, but those with spiritual eyes will know something has shifted in your life. This next season won't be loud, but it will change your world. It won't come with attention, but it will change your path. It won't need noise, but it will carry weight. You won't chase approval anymore. Doors will swing open on their own. Rooms will sense your presence before you speak. There will be a quiet glory on you, something that can't be copied or bought. This is the kind of favor that is born in secret. And from that hidden place, I am now pulling out what I've kept just for you. Like treasure buried in silence, your portion has waited until now. Because now, your spirit is ready to carry it well. Now is the time. Now you see that what holds eternal worth doesn't need attention, it needs depth. And you have that depth. Your journey was planted in faith, strengthened by obedience, and carried through with loyalty. It's why what begins to rise in your life now won't be loud, but it will be firm. You won't need to defend it. You won't need to explain what's changing. People will notice it. They will feel something different around you, even if they can't explain it, because it's not about showing off. It's about transforming from the inside. It's about realigning your identity in the spiritual world. You won't be lifted up by pride, but by the promise I made to you. You won't move forward through showiness, but through purpose. The favor I'm giving you now has one mission: to build my kingdom. And I will carry that out through your life without needing anyone else's approval or understanding. When something grows in secret, those who later see the fruit often miss the roots, but they will know it was my hand. I will guard you from jealousy. I will end your need to explain yourself. I will stop the wrong hands from reaching for what they don't understand. This next season will be one of calm growth, quiet rewards, and real progress without the spotlight. You'll witness increase, but only a few will know the story behind it. And that's how it should be. I will keep you safe again, and this time, with blessings in hand, you will walk with steady strength. Don't let fear make you rush. Let peace set your pace. You won't have to make announcements, because anything that carries my breath already carries purpose. The path I designed for you is now unfolding. When others question you, there will be no need to explain. Just smile. Just take the next step. Keep moving, because those who are meant to understand will see clearly, and those who don't will be amazed by the peace you carry. Like this video and subscribe now if you know deep inside that this message is a moment between you and heaven. Because when the Spirit speaks, the heart reacts, and your heart already knows this is for you. Now it's your choice to respond. You spent a long time thinking it was your fault that you didn't pray enough, didn't try hard enough, didn't believe strong enough. You blamed yourself for doors that stayed closed, for promises that never arrived, for plans that didn't succeed. But today I tell you, many of those delays weren't your failure, they were spiritual blocks, unseen battles that rose up against the blessings I already prepared for you. What you saw as failure, I saw as interference. What you felt was rejection, I saw as a fight in the Spirit. Because while you were praying, things were already moving. While you were making plans, heaven had already started the process. But the enemy noticed it too. And because what was on the way was too powerful to ignore, hell tried everything to stop it. This wasn't an ordinary blessing, it was a key, a shift, a move that would not only change your life, but also touch many others through you. You felt the pressure without knowing why. There were nights when everything collapsed without warning. Days when you gave your best, yet nothing changed. Moments when you were prepared, but still overlooked. That pain hit harder because no answer seemed to make sense. But now I'm showing you what was happening in the unseen. The enemy had surrounded your promise, trying to delay what could not be stopped. Just like with Daniel when his prayer was heard right away, but the answer took 21 days to break through. Your answer was ready, but war was in the air. Not because you failed, but because you were about to walk into the promise. Now you know the truth. You can stop blaming yourself. The confusion is over. You were never forgotten, you were fighting. And even in silence, you stayed strong. Even when you didn't fully understand, you kept praying. Even when you were worn out, you kept believing. And that quiet faith began to shake the chains. Your silent trust was stronger than loud cries. Your steady hope started to break the walls around you. And today I say to you, the time of delay is over. The final barrier has fallen. What was blocked is now opening. The struggle has ended because heaven has spoken. I have come myself to bring peace to the battle. Yes, there was resistance. But now there will be breakthrough. Now there will be visible results. What felt stuck will begin to move fast. What once brought confusion will now bring clarity. And it all begins with this truth: you didn't fail. You were targeted because you carry something powerful and rare. Now everything shifts. The guilt no longer has power. The shame has been wiped away. The voices that accuse you have gone quiet. I tell you now, no failure, no delay, no mistake will be the end of your story. My decision is final. I am realigning everything that was paused or broken. The plan I made hasn't changed. The journey wasn't canceled, it was guarded. The promise was not taken away, it was kept safe. And now, it will be released with more strength than before. In the days ahead, people will begin to understand it wasn't that you weren't ready, it was that you were under attack. It wasn't weakness, it was spiritual warfare. But through it all, you stood your ground. You didn't give in to pressure. You didn't lose who you are. And you never let go of your faith. And that made all the difference. Now you will gather not just what you planted, but also what was blocked before. You will receive with honor and with interest. I am restoring, repairing, and rewarding you. You will not walk around feeling like you lost. I covered you. You were protected the whole time. The enemy came close, But I drew the line. Everything you thought was lost was never gonna with waiting. Waiting for this exact moment. Because now, the release can't be stopped. Heaven has already won a battle you never even saw, and the peace that follows will not just fill your spirit. It will show in your life. You will see old opportunities rise again. Messages you thought would never come will find their way to you. Promises that felt canceled will come alive again. I'm aligning every piece, restoring lost time, changing the outcome, and what once looked like failure will now be seen as the beginning of a victory that no one will be able to deny. Because when heaven steps in, no power in hell can stop the shift. And I have chosen this moment to step in. The chains are gone. What once held you down has no control over you anymore. The spiritual walls that stood between you and what was yours have fallen. Every lock, every link that tried to hold you back has been broken. And it didn't happen because you quit, it happened because you stayed. Even when tired, even without answers, you held on to your faith. And now, everything is starting to move. What once refused to budge is now moving toward you. You are at the end of a long spiritual delay. For years, things were prepared but paused. Blessings were ready but held back. Answers were written but stuck. But today, I declare release has been ordered. Delivery has been cleared. The angels have received the command and they do not fail. In the days ahead, you'll feel it in little signs, in key conversations, in sudden shifts. The weight will lift. The silence will break. The closed doors will begin to open. Because what was once a quiet promise is now becoming visible truth. I have cleared what was standing in the way. The heavens are now open. Your patience and faith were the key. While you were praying and couldn't see results, I was already working. While you fasted and questioned your progress, I was breaking down walls. And now, at the exact right time, everything begins to align. People are starting to remember your name. Doors that were shut tight are starting to unlock from the inside. And this isn't random, it's a sign from above. It's release. You don't need to hurry or explain anything. Just get ready to receive. The answer won't appear all at once. It will come in steps, in waves, many small signs that will come together to reveal the full picture. And when you see it, you'll know I was never quiet. I was putting everything in place so that, when it came, there would be no question that it was from me. You'll look back and realize everything had purpose. The closed doors were really exits. The delays were actually shields, and the waiting time was building your strength. Because those who keep standing in the wilderness are the ones who get honored in the promised land, and you're already standing on it. Now is the moment to reap what you've sown. Heaven has already spoken it. The angels have already acted. Now it's your time to line up your thoughts with what is unfolding. There's no room left for doubt, no space for guilt. The time for waiting with uncertainty is over. Now is the time to walk boldly, to move ahead knowing the ground under you is solid, to expect what's coming, because it is coming. Right now, I remove every lie the enemy tried to plant in your mind. Every false word against your faith is falling. Every thought that said you were too late, not enough, or unworthy, I cancel it. Because I decide the time, and I say, it is now. And you will see with your own eyes how everything begins to move again. Broken relationships are being healed, and old dreams are returning with sharper vision. Delayed plans are coming back to life. New ideas are rising with power, and help is coming from places you'd never imagined, because when I give the order for release, nothing can stop it. The signature is already written, the seal is already pressed, and what belongs to you comes marked with your name. It will arrive at just the right time, in the right way, exactly as you need. Not just to bring joy, but to give you strength. Because this is not just a gift, it's a repositioning. I'm placing you in a new season, on a higher level, with a deeper purpose. You will no longer live hoping, it will now become real. What was only a promise is turning into a harvest. And that harvest will be so clear, so undeniable, that even those who doubted you will have to admit it. But don't forget, the credit does not come from your strength, but from your steady faith. And your faithfulness carries weight in front of me. Type 777 in the comments. This isn't a lucky number, it's a sign. It's your way of saying to heaven, I accept, I believe, I seal this. When you write, you wake something up in yourself. When you're awake, you align with what I'm doing. And when you align, you step into full release. You may have thought I left you behind, that heaven turned away, that the days passed while your prayers went unheard, that I was silent and distant. But today I tell you with full authority, you were never rejected, you were protected. I never stopped hearing you, I was keeping you safe. If I had sent your blessing too early, you wouldn't have been able to hold it. What looked like delay was actually direction. What seemed like silence was covering. I hid what was yours so the enemy couldn't damage it before the right moment. I covered your promise until your foundation was deep enough to carry what I was building. Others may have stepped into view before you, but they fell early because they weren't ready. You were being prepared. But I was preparing you. Every season that broke your heart, every closed door, every delayed answer was actually a hidden yes, a yes to your growth, a yes to your foundation. Because what I'm giving you now is too important to be wasted. It's not just a gift, it's a calling with weight. It's a destiny that carries the strength of legacy. And anyone called to carry a legacy needs a strong core. That's what I was building in you. While others rushed ahead, I taught you to take steady steps. While others made noise, I taught you to listen carefully. While others sought attention, I taught you how to grow in silence. Not because you were less, but because I was setting you apart. I didn't leave you forgotten. I placed you in a space of shaping and training. And now, the time has come for everything to be revealed. You'll begin to notice it in how people respond to you. Those who once overlooked you will begin to say your name. Those who once dismissed you will sense something has shifted. But it won't be because of position or title, it will be because of present. Because of the mark you carry. A mark not made by people but by heaven itself. I protected your mind through the pressure. I guarded your faith in seasons of silence. I covered your dignity when it felt like everything around you was falling apart. And now, as I bring you into the light, no one will be able to question it. Because this is not something given by man, it's a release straight from heaven. And when people see it, they will know this couldn't have come from anyone else. What I'm placing in your hands now doesn't follow human logic. You won't need to explain the years of waiting. Every moment was counted. Every quiet choice. Every promise made in secret. Every kind act with no applause, I saw it all. And what I see, I honor. What I honor, I reward. And when I reward, I never miss the time. My justice comes right on schedule, never late, never wrong. You are living proof that those who stay faithful will receive, and those who protect their hearts will be lifted up, and your rising begins now. You won't have to force your way forward. You'll be drawn ahead by divine favor. You will begin to feel the shift, closed places will start to open, resistance will fade. thoughts will become clear, and new connections will appear. All of this is the result of being preserved. I kept it safe so I could release it at the right time. Don't be afraid of any more delays. Stop believing the voices that say you've lost too much time, because I am the restorer of time. What you feel you missed, I will bring back with speed. I'm releasing unexpected paths, divine alignments, and sudden shifts. What once seemed far away will come to you as a clear sign that it was always meant to be. You will witness contracts that once felt impossible to reach. Doors that were shut will swing open. Resources will begin to flow. People will step forward to support you. Solutions will appear as if they were simply waiting for this moment. And this moment has arrived. Heaven has already spoken. Is finished. Now you are ready to move forward. Now the path is clear. Share this message with someone who needs to remember that my silence never means I'm gone often. It's my way of protecting what matters most. The time to be seen has come, but with protection, with honor, and with peace. I am not a God who offers leftovers. I do not shift heaven for scraps. I don't send blessings halfway. What I've prepared for you will be more than enough, overflowing, recognized, and full of dignity. What you suffered quietly, I will now reward openly. The restoration I release now is not just a return, it's a full new season marked by justice and growth. You've learned to stretch what little you had, to survive in hard times, to keep moving with limits. But I never designed you to live that way. Scarcity was never your future. He was only training for the abundant season that begins now. A season is coming where everything that was taken from you, reduced, or wiped away will return with greater weight. The moments of humiliation will not be ignored. The shame you carried will be exchanged for respect. Those who once looked at you and saw only lack will now see the mark of my favor on your life. This is not about rank or position, it is about revealing my grace. It is not about lifting your ego, it is about showing my kingdom at work. What I am doing in you is deeply personal, yet it will not be hidden. You are being repositioned. Places that once pushed you away will now make space for you. Environments that once pressed you down will begin to acknowledge your authority. You will not need to demand it. The change will speak for itself. The space around you will respond to what I have placed inside you. Because favor that carries my name changes atmospheres quietly. It doesn't shout. It simply settles and respect follows.